Okay, all you grain grinding peeps out there. I have a small hand crank grinder that I have on my kitchen table. Used it for grinding wheat, grinding other grains on occasion. Found out that it was actually pretty good coffee grinder to make espresso grind coffee. So it's pretty much been relegated to that. And even with that, it takes time. And yes, doing it by hand is slow. And it keeps things from getting warm compared to electric powered grinders. And my grinder came with both stone and steel. And so basically I just use the steel because that's what works the best. The stone can get gummed up if there's any moisture in the grain. So I don't use it. It's just gummed up. It just makes a mess. And I don't think it's a good quality stone anyway. So I was out looking for another alternative. And what I found was an electric grain grinder on eBay called a Jiffy grain grinder. It's just basically an electric motor with an adjustable steel burr into it, and uses basically a funnel in the top and through a small hole. And so I decided to buy it and see actually how well it worked. And what I found is it does work. It works pretty darn good. When it's on a really fine grind, it takes a little bit longer to grind. So instead of just pouring it in all at once, you just put a little in at a time. That helps. It actually goes still pretty fast, regardless. And then what I found the more I got it to a fine grind, when I did the adjustment wheel, it was spinning so fast that it actually caused the spinning wheel, as the grain is rolling through this thing, and in between the plates, it would cause the handle to turn with it and get tighter and tighter and tighter until it would not grind at all. It just and so I had to shut it off. But if I held it at a certain point and just held my hand on that, it would work. So I needed to figure out why they didn't have an adjustment. Well, come to find out, they do have an adjustment on it. It's a little set screw on the bottom. So once you have it to where you want it, you just tighten the set screw and it'll hold that handle. But the problem is the handle was too far in when you had it at the grind that you want. But I want it fine. I want to make some nice bread baking flour. And so I took it all apart and found out that the screw piece that goes in it actually just has a bolt through it. And so what I did is I found a new bolt that was longer, put it in, put a couple extra washers on that side to push that end of that bolt closer, and also put some washers on the other end to push the handle away a little bit further to open up that space underneath the handle where the set screw is. And once I did that, now I have access to the set screw. And so today I set it up and wanted to see if it would actually hold. And it does. So I was able to fix the issue with the grain grinder. So I'm going to show you what the grain grinder is, and I'll show it to you running. It does warm the flour. People always talk about the heat destroying the nutrition of the wheat, and that's just total bullshit. And I'll make no bones about that. It warms it up. Yes, because it's moving fast, so it's going to warm it up. It's not like it's hot, super high heat, which is more likely going to ruin something than warm. Warm, I can hold it in my hand. Warm isn't going to destroy anything. So that's kind of bullshit. So anyway, let's show you what this little grinder is. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. Grinds grain pretty quick. I grind it into bags. I bought flour bags, cotton bags, and I just wrap it around the base, which it's designed for putting a bag in. And the bag keeps flour from floating around inside the house, causing an explosive issue where there's really fine dust mixed with air. I'm not going to be grinding flour at that kind of rate anyway. If I was going to grind flour at that rate, I'd be having a much larger machine to do the work. But I do have enough. This machine will deal with enough to make flour for selling bread at farmers markets, or just selling bread out of the house, which is what our intention is. All organic, and what I'm grinding is einkorn, and really tiny grain. It's not a large wheat grain. It's a very tiny wheat grain, and pretty cool. Haven't made any bread with this kind of grain yet, but I will. So let's have a look. So Jiffy Precision Mill, made in Salt Lake City, Utah. So got your adjustment knob, and up under behind is a set screw. So you can do cracked or turn it this way for fine. And right now I've got it fine. And this bolt that's sticking out is the bolt that I replaced. And it works. And this is the motor. Then again is my bag. Even comes with cardboard labels that you can put your own labels on and sell. You can even just sell flour if you want to. But the base here, you can cinch these strings around and it'll hold the bag underneath, as I'll show you while you grind. And then just a little hole up there. And that's all it is. A really simple grain grinder, nothing complex. It's a solid motor. It's going to last forever. This is old too, by the way, and I think the person who sold it because of the issue that it was having with when you turn it finer, it just wants to keep turning as it's going, which I didn't want. So anyway, let me show you how this thing works. Hook this bag up to it here. And the bag just hangs. So the bag just hangs. And that keeps the fine flour from blowing all over the place. So I have this set to where I want it. I don't want to undo what I've got. And this is the setting that I have. And so here's the einkorn. small grains. So when I turn this on, I'm going to turn it on before you start. If you don't turn it on before you start, you're gonna keep it from turning. It'll just jam up. So it's going to be a little noisy. Here we go. Kind of hear the change of that at the end. So I have to have the bag on it. I can't just leave it open, otherwise it blows flour everywhere. So we'll have to take this off here. And I may even be able to get a little bit finer as well. So let me do one thing real quick here. So that's the flour that's coming out of this. So there's a little grit still in there. I'm going to reset this real quick since I did not grind everything that I was set out to grind. So I have my Allen key. I put a magnet on the back side here so I can just hook this to that. Kind of hard to adjust this. You can't really see it. There we go. There we go. So just unscrew it just a little bit. Turn it just a little bit more. Oh, come on. Come on. We'll have to figure that one out a little better. Okay, so now that's nice and tight. So let's do that one again. All right, let's get the bag on it again. Otherwise, it'll just go all over the floor, everywhere. Turn it on. Now a little bit slower. I backed off just a little bit because it was like not really wanting to go through. So it's much slower. So it might be better might actually be better to grind it a little bit coarser and then run it back through twice. So we'll run some more twice. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, now that the noise is over, let's have a look. It's definitely warm. It's definitely not too hot to the touch. It's just kind of warm. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so there you have it. There's now we'll have to follow up with some bread. But grinding it the second time through actually seems like it might be a good way to go. You still have to put a little at a time. It's not like this big, huge, giant hopper that it goes into. So anyway, here's your Jiffy Precision Mill. Salt Lake City, Utah. Made in the USA. Sweet. All right. Thanks for watching.